The World Cocoa Foundation Partnership Meeting made an eventful return to Amsterdam last week, addressing major issues of cocoa supply chain, pricing, looking at resilience within the sector, as well as how environmental matters are being tackled, as we discuss with Chris Vincent, President of the Association, and Natalie Quintero Zuluaga of Cordillera Chocolate to get her take on the show.
I think it's been a really good event. Certainly we're very, very pleased. We had a large number of people here, which is the first thing we want to achieve. And so that triggers huge amounts of networking. And we're here after the day after the main event. There's a huge amount of side events going on. I've just opened the Brazilian session, and there's sessions in every other room. So I think from getting people together and from a networking perspective and connecting people, it's been a great event. I think the events in the sessions and the plenaries and the breakouts, we have really identified that we need to collaborate, we need to align, that the moment is now, that issues are real and we need focus. And as I said in my closing remarks, but the key thing is for us over the next 12 months is let's turn that now into results. And when we come back next year, we're talking about what collaboration has led to, what alignment has led to, and how we need to improve the results.
Absolutely, I think you touched upon those points there about working together. How do you see farmers being best supported based on what you've seen over the past couple of days?
I think the clear focus is on productivity, and disease has a link into productivity. There is clearly the issue of climate change and how that impacts that productivity. There was a lot of discussion about risk and diversification of risk and alternative incomes. Let's explore where that fits into the farmer package. But I think we're seeing people sharing their programs, people willing to learn from people who've done things well. How do they incorporate that into their programs? But I think this is where we need to align on what delivers the best outcomes. Then we need to work together to deliver those outcomes.
Unfortunately, we didn't have the senior representatives from Ghana and Ivory Coast. Do you think they would have been satisfied by the proceedings that we've had?
I think so, because I think rightly at the moment they are focused domestically within their own systems and working out the way forward through the immediate situation that we're in. But I think and hope that they would be encouraged by the energy in the room to resolve some of these systemic issues, the absolute recognition that we need their leadership, that we need to work in partnership with them. The word trust was mentioned a lot, but again, let's deliver results on improving trust, not just talk again that we need to improve trust. So I hope that we can take the energy from these few days and build on what they've been dealing with domestically at the moment, and will go on, I expect, for a number of weeks. But let's pick up on that and be ready to be the partner they need as we emerge from the situation at the moment. What do I enjoy most? I enjoy these few days. Enormous amounts of work, lots of pressure, lots of worry that it's going to work well. But when you get here and it comes off and you feel the energy and you see the right people talking together and you see people with a determination to do better and deliver on what we talk about, that is extremely energizing.
Absolutely. And, there's been particular focus on prices at the moment. Do you think that, nobody has a crystal ball? Are you hopeful that they will stabilise given that there's been a downturn?
In my role, I'm not going to comment on prices and where they go. I think the one thing that I can say and that came clear out of all of the discussions is volatility in every aspect doesn't help anyone in the supply chain, whether it's the private sector, the farmer, the governments. And that volatility includes the volatility generated by climate change, by the disease, by regulatory change, but price is also a factor in that. So I definitely heard energy to recognise that the extremes we've seen over the last 2 or 3 years, and at the moment it's down, but our last conference it was all the way up, doesn't really help anybody and certainly doesn't help the farmer. So that's an issue that everyone's focused on.
While there are tests in the market, you're certainly on a personal level feeling pretty optimistic for the year ahead, would you say?
Absolutely. We as WCF, we announced our refined strategy. We've got some very clear goals on what our role is in this new evolution and as we aim for systemic change. So a couple of days off and then we'll get back and take notes and look at where we need to move forward and really get focused on doing our part to deliver results.
Hello, Neill. It was definitely a privilege to represent Cordillera Chocolates at the partnership meeting here in Amsterdam. We're over 500 delegates from different countries reunited to discuss about the cocoa's future. And I would like to share 3 main takeaways about this important meeting for the industry. First one, resilience is the backbone of the cocoa industry. Indeed, it is more important now when we are experiencing high volatility in the cocoa market. Second, I would like to highlight that regulatory means competitiveness in the long haul. So it is quite important to comply, but not to be behind what is happening in the market. And last but not least, we were talking about biodiversity and how important is to look after the ecosystems to assure a health environment where the cocoa can prosper and the cocoa farmers can harvest great cocoa as well. So indeed, we participated in a cocoa panel about biodiversity, and we are committed with working on that path as well. And well, those are my takeaways, my main takeaways about the World
That's
Cocoa
fantastic.
Foundation.
No, well, thank you for that. And obviously later this year, you're going to be coming to our own event, the World Confectionery Conference in September. How are you feeling about participating there on the Q&A panel?
I'm more than happy to be at the World Confectionery Conference. Definitely, it's a high-level event where senior leaders within the industry gathered to discuss important matters about the industry trends, and it is also a great opportunity to network with different peers and to have open conversations about how could we do better for the industry. So I'll be in London in September for sure.
Fantastic. And you're looking forward to exchanging some ideas about what's happening in the sector with many challenges before us, as you said.
Yes, definitely. We will be sharing with the audience about the challenges that we are facing in Colombia. Colombia is producing more than 60,000 tons of cocoa per year and is increasing its production, but definitely we have challenges regarding productivity. We would like to talk about that. Also, we would love to emphasize in sustainability and what we are doing in terms of sustainability. Almost 90% of the price reaches the cocoa farmer in Colombia. So we're glad to share how our cocoa value chain works in Latin America. So it would be a great and interesting conversation with the cocoa peers in the industry.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. That's perfect. Thank you.